Hi, we're the Resilient Jenkins. We are a family of 7 that live in a motel currently. But let's get right into the Sunday reset.
So let me get this straight. You put your baby outside in a playpen, outside, by herself.
Why has CPS not been called yet? And if they have been called yet, why is nothing being done? Like, why are these kids?
Who is Resilience Jenkins? This is my first time actually coming across Resilience Jenkins, So I was very curious, The video that I saw, she was just pretty much saying how she doesn't use wet wipes anymore. She uses washcloths to, wipe her kids, and then she put the washcloths in the bathtub, and then I don't know, something disgusting along
Sunday
those
reset
lines.
after Babe had already done his. But let me start by saying that if you're new here, welcome. Hi, we're the Resilient Jenkins. We are a family of 7 that live in a motel currently. But let's get right into the Sunday reset. I had a butt ton of laundry, as you can see, that I needed to do, and my goal was to get every single one of these loads done except the blankets. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Also, since my plan was to get as much laundry done as I could at the motel, I can't even fit the blankets in this washer. I can, but no more than 2 at a time, which just is not efficient. So I'd rather go to the laundromat to do all the blankets. But one thing I'm gonna do every time I do laundry is pull all of the towels and make sure all of the towels get washed. And you may be wondering why the abundance of washcloths in the bathtub, and here's the reasoning behind that. I gave up on the concept of wet wipes a freaking few months ago. I lost track of how long it's been since I used wet wipes. But I have next level squirmy toddlers when it comes to being changed, and I'm not trying to have poo all over my freaking elbows, so I'd rather just pop them babies in the shower every time. And if that means they need to have 3 showers a day, so friggin' be it. Now that's a you do what you do, I do what I do type of situation, because you want to sit there and judge me, baby, you could learn some things from me, okay? Oh my God, Lord, I just saw what y'all gonna snap as a screenshot. Go ahead. I've been making next level weird ass faces. It's been my thing ever since I was a kid, so I'm really not even surprised that people are thrown off by my facial expressions. It was my main goal to make as many weird facial expressions as I possibly could as a kid. And now as an adult, when they say it gets stuck like that, please listen, because it do. I honestly had a whole plan of what I was going to say in this voiceover, and literally none of it is coming to me. But I guess what I just want to get at and say is that if you're one of those people who watches social media purely as just entertainment and doesn't sit there to watch and judge other people, you're a real one, okay? If you really think about it, 10, I don't even know how. There's another one of them lovely faces you like to screenshot. So I didn't record the process of me doing all back here because I do it every week and sometimes it just feels like mundane content. But it is a process I do once a week and I reorganize it. I decided that I wanted my samples and everything over here just to keep them out of the way, try to keep them away from the children. Because when I tell you, me and Drew have literally had nothing of our own not be ruined up in here,
And according to her page, they're a family of 7 living in a motel room, and this lady be online making videos nonstop, So if you don't know who Resilience Jenkins is, because I didn't know who Resilience Jenkins is, so this lady is going to simplify who Resilience Jenkins is so we can all catch up.
What's truly selfish is you choosing to continue to have children that you cannot afford to safely house or raise. Despite their best interests and their health, you want them, and then you exploit them by making it a mommy vlog. So let's dive into the mommy vlogger who's going viral right now under the name Resilient Jenkins, family of 6 going on 7, who's all living in a 1-bedroom apartment. The whole situation seems to just keep getting worse. We even talked about it and dove into the statistics last year that there is a healthy limit of children that any family on any income can have, let alone if you can't afford to properly house them or even give them beds. So let's walk through everything I've found so far and then talk about it. So this woman is a stay-at-home mom, and originally she had 2 girls of her own. And then she met the dad who does gig work like DoorDash and Uber driving, and he had a son. They moved in together and they got married. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. They have 3 kids. They can't afford more than a 1-bedroom apartment. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. That would have been fine if they just gave those kids the bedroom and they slept in the living room, but it gets worse. They decided that despite the fact that they can't afford a home that's large enough for everyone, they wanted to, on purpose, continue to have children. And she's also made it very clear this whole time, her goal has been to go viral and turn this all into a mommy vlog situation that they can make money off of to continue having kids past this point. And all this thought process proves to me already that you're not actually really thinking about these kids and what's in their best interest. You yourself, for your own reasons, just want to keep having children. Like myself, for example, I am a single woman who cannot afford a 1-bedroom apartment. I live in a studio, and if I never make it out of the studio, I will not be having children because this is not an environment to be raising children in. Now, accidents happen, and that's a different story entirely sometimes. But if I ever have children, I will be planning that around what is best for those children. Now, it does get even worse because all of the children are made to sleep in this living room area, and they all have like foam mattresses, not really real beds. The only real bed is the bed that the parents sleep on, and they have decided for themselves to take the 1-bedroom, which leaves all of the kids sharing this area out here right next to the door that leads into the parking lot. Can you imagine how that might also be a bit dangerous? How it might be safer for all the kids to go into that bedroom and the parents to at least be kind of like blocking the exit to the door? On top of that, they've made it known that a large portion of this area has become storage for the family, of course, because it's a 1-bedroom. Where are you going to store all of this stuff? So now the kids' room, if you want to even call it that, has become exponentially smaller. Again, it would just make more sense to me to have the parents sleep out in this room, but they are not thinking in the best interest of the children. And all this became even more clear to me when I saw her saying things kind of like, oh, we finally did it, we went viral, like, but I always kind of knew it would be for like hate and awful things. Now, ma'am, if you think that your lifestyle is perfectly fine, why would you just assume that everyone on the internet would be upset about it someday? Are you acknowledging that perhaps there's a problem with you willingly and purposefully bringing children into this situation? And I also want to be super clear because I feel like this gets lost in some of my videos. I have no problems with vloggers who become mommies. The issue is mommy vloggers, such as this instance where they just start purposefully having kids to continue to make money. That's where we shift into that area where it's not really thinking about the children.
Right? So now that you know who they are, right? I'm going to play you a few videos of what her page is all about.
You guys know why I can't get a job, or don't. It's not that I don't. It's that I don't want to. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like being somewhere I don't want to be for an extended period of time. And people be having attitudes. Customers be having attitudes, and I don't. I don't like to deal with it, so I'll just walk out. I will not show up the next day.
Let me get this straight. You put your baby outside in a playpen, outside, by herself. Outside, and you go in the motel room to clean up while your baby is outside. I cannot make this shit up, y'all. Stephanie literally put her baby outside in her
Jesus. Oh my God. Please watch this clip and then we need to talk about it, because what in the world is going on here?
I just like my body being nourished, my goodness, and back to doing these dishes in the freaking bathtub because it's so much faster than that small sink doing it one at a time.
Stephanie, be so for real right now. Washing dishes in the bathtub? Can you imagine going to take a shower and you just completely bust ass because you're slipping on grease from dinner? Like, no. This crosses the line for me. This crosses like every single line for me. Like, girl, you gotta think of something else, because this is just disgusting. It's obviously not sanitary. It's not good for your kids to be bathing in this situation either. You have to figure out a system where you can make like one big meal in one pot or something like that, so you can just wash it in the kitchen sink and not like this. Or better yet, look into using like paper or plastic plates and utensils. There's gotta be something better than this. On a completely different and unfortunate note, she's back to showing her kids' faces on TikTok, so it was all a fluke. Sorry about that, guys. She's back to showing all the kids' faces, even the baby. So there must have been something going on with the baby's face to where she didn't want people to see and judge and talk about, or she would have just put the little heart emojis on all of their faces all of the time. But you could see the baby in this video in particular. So she's clearly looking for the Mom of the Year trophy, because she's putting up little posters around the motel room to try and get her kids to do some sort of homework or something, activity. I don't know. And she's forcing them to now read for 1 hour a day. So good for you, Steph. Good for you.
In the same case, if y'all were actually to get to know me and Drew and our situation and actually try to live it for a day or two, cue the, oh, I would never, because it would never be me. Okay, but honey, it could very well be you. Never say freaking never. I sure as fuck never thought I'd end up homeless living in a motel with 5 kids. I definitely pictured my life a lot different when I planned it out, but you know, things fucking happen.
Okay, first of all, you never thought this would happen. You never thought you'd be homeless when you and Drew refused to get jobs for months on end and then lied to your previous landlord? No offense, but everything that you're going through was 100% avoidable. Everything that you're going through right now was in your control. Like, you had 100% control to keep this from happening. And you guys quite literally did nothing. And everything you're putting your kids through right now was because of your choice and Drew's choices, not because of anyone else. You and Drew had a chance to get a job. You and Drew also had a chance to get a 2-bedroom apartment. Instead, you just forced yourself into his 1-bedroom apartment, knowing that that was not going to accommodate all of you, knowing that you lied to your previous landlord. You had so many chances to save those cats. You had so many chances to wrap it up and not keep producing children that you quite literally cannot financially afford or support, but you chose none of that. So much was and now is in your control, and you continue to say or act like none of it was in your control.
Understanding why the resilient Jenkins mom is getting away with the things she's getting away with. Why has CPS not been called yet? And if they have been called yet, why is nothing being done? Like, why are these kids not being removed? Like, I am so tired of hearing, oh, she's still taking care of her kids. These kids are not thriving. I'm sorry. These kids are living in one room/bedroom. Like, why do people even think like that is okay? These kids are literally surviving. That's basically what they're doing, surviving. Then you talk about you not out here buying wipes when you could go get wipes from the Dollar Tree. Shit, you could go steal them. Like, why is this even okay? And then you bringing more kids into the situation. Like, if you're using your platform just to show how piss poor of a mother you are, that's the wrong take on it. Like, I'm getting fed up at this point, because there's no way that these children should be living in these kind of conditions where you're bathing them, you're washing dishes all in the same place. Like, all of that is just a mess. And CPS ain't did nothing about it yet. But let it be anybody else that would have been took those kids. Somebody got to make this shit make sense with the resilient Jenkins.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sometimes the internet be right. Everybody is not a fucking hater. Everybody's not just being super judgmental. And when it came to that family who has a bunch of kids that they're already not taking care of and want to have more, y'all said that I was being judgmental. Well, if y'all thought I was being judgmental before, y'all better buckle the fuck in. Because that woman, where do I even start? That woman took the reason why the children are sleeping on the floor is not just because they cannot afford beds. It's because she took them away 2 years ago. 2 years ago, she took the children's bed away as a form of punishment. Punishment. The apartment is infested with lice and fleas. So that means it's disgusting. The children are sleeping on the floor of an infested 1-bedroom apartment. Her husband refuses to get an actual job. He called retail backbreaking. Backbreaking. He won't get a job because he has another child that he does not pay for, and they made a video trying to correct it, and he says that he has been paying child support via garnishment. If it's being garnished, you're not paying it and you don't have no real job, so that your baby mama probably only getting like 2 cents. She not getting nothing because you're broke. And we talked about her wanting more children. She wants 12. She wants 12. And people are saying, well, she also wants to still live in a tiny home. She wants to have 12 children and live in a tiny home. This woman has a breeding kink. She has no desire to actually raise children and take care of them how they need to be taken care of. She is exploiting her children for fame and clout, and the fact that people are sending stuff to them with their hard-earned money. And some of y'all probably have children that are also going without something. You are enabling these people to further be lazy. And the people like this, that this situation didn't happen to, that continue to put themselves in fucked up situations knowingly, because it's not like they fell on hard times. They were broke and they're still having more kids. And they're treating the kids that they have like shit. Having money, them going viral is not going to benefit the children. Y'all see that. From the little bit of money they do have, they only spend it on making themselves comfortable, not the children.
This is a rage bait content. I think because they came online with that story and that's how people know them from, they continue to do that content. I think these people don't live in a motel. I strongly believe they actually have a home or apartment and they just come to the hotel to make their content and then they go back to their home. I don't believe that of all these years of them being online, they don't have enough money to rent a place. You cannot convince me they don't. I think this is a rage bait. They are just keeping up the facade of them being homeless, them staying in hotel, so people can still support them and people can still give them money, pay for their kids, whatever, Amazon, order some stuff from Amazon to them. I think these are families that are very, very calculated. They are extremely calculated. I don't think they live in that motel. That you cannot convince me. You can't convince me. But it's just really, really gross. The guy, I don't know, but I think people will do any and everything to just go viral on this social media. I have nothing to say about this family. I think they are rage bait, but it's sad that they have to put their kids out there like that for the world to like scrutiny. These are kids that go to school. Kids are really, really mean in school. Like, kids are really mean. You're putting their faces, you're putting how they're living, their situation. I don't know, but you can't tell me these people don't have enough money to get at least 2 bedrooms to the point where they have to cramp up in one single motel room with their kids. I refuse to believe that. But let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.